Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Levi and this is going to be a video about tarot reading, but in a very different way. I would like to discuss what tarot reading is, what are the side effects in my opinion, what are the positives, and what is all about in my perspective. So I'm not saying that everybody going to agree with me, everybody can have their own views, but this is going to be my view. And this hopefully it's going to be a little guidance for you, for everyone, before they get into it, or as a reader or as somebody who is interested in listening to or watching videos about tarot readings. So the first aspect is what the tarot reading is. Well, I don't want to go into historical details about the cards and the decks and the centuries and the Kabbalah and the Bible and how, because there are plenty of videos on that. If you're really interested deeply, then you can find answer and you can find many videos on that. However, I would like to discuss something more about, in general, what is tarot reading or what is it good for. So tarot reading is thinking in pictures. It's tarot cards have 78 cards in the deck. 22 out of them are major arcana, so they are talking about the major events of our life. It starts with the Fool card. So the Fool has a journey. The card 0 is the Fool, which means the first and the last card is going to be the same. So the 22nd and the 0. And in between, there's a journey that the Fool have to discover. It's a spiritual enlightenment. He have to go through different stages of life until he get enlightened and then start all over again and again. So every single individual in their life, they have a spiritual journey to complete. But as well as your spirit or your soul has a journey to complete as well, which sometimes takes 5, 10, 100 lives. It's a cycle to complete that. So where are we in this individual journey, in our individual life? There are many ways to figure out. You can use numerology, you can use many ways, right? You can use stones, crystals, you can use a pendulum. There is a lot of things to find out. Are we in the place where we're meant to be, or we are not? So while tarot reading is not fortune telling, tarot reading is about suggestions. Tarot reading is about giving you an idea. Where are you in your spiritual journey at this moment? You cannot expect tarot reading to be anything else but that. Tarot reading is about connection with the divine. You must believe that there is something out there that has a higher power and that can control your life up to a certain extent. Of course, we all have willpower, we all have our freedom of choice, but there are some guidance. So while there are rules in the universe and there are laws in the universe, certain rules and laws are flexible in that sense. So you have a free will. So nobody can tell you what you must do or you should do, but guidance can be always given. It could be spiritual guidance, it could be physical, mental, financial, in many ways. So the same way, the cards are showing us pictures. So with these pictures, and most of them are very ancient pictures, so very archetypal pictures, because our brain works with images, works with pictures. When we imagine something, we can see, we can create. If you cannot imagine something to happen or to be done or being built, then that's not going to happen. So it very much works with our subconscious and suggestions. We can look at the images, and the images create a story. So then the individual can say, well, this story I like, or this story I dislike. If you read the card for yourself, then of course you can make up any story you like, because each card has their positive and negative aspects to it. So it's better if you ask somebody else who might not know what exactly your life contains, so it cannot be biased. But if you do it for yourself, sometime as a guidance, you can get some answer, but you can influence the cards as well when you do your own reading, which is not necessarily helpful. Sometimes it's counterproductive. So you will never find a fully formed answer to any question. The cards will never reveal that something or someone lying to you and precisely what it is there. Where is you? It might suggest that a contract you meant to sign have some flaws in it, but it's never going to tell you, well, it's in the second chapter in a small print written this and this and that. It's you who need to find out about that. So you can't rely on the cards 100%, even if you do it for yourself. But you can't rely on the card either when somebody else is reading for you, because their way of reading, their knowledge, their understanding, experience, etc., have an influence how they channel the information. So if you want to use it as a guidance, as a support, then that's the best way to do it. Because somebody says to you, who is reading the card, that if you follow this direction and you keep walking every day to the same direction that you are walking, you're going to hit a brick wall. But then this reading makes you change your mind and you decide, you know what, I'm not going to carry on walking into this direction. I'm going to turn away and go to east or west or south or whatever. And then the brick wall will be avoided. So you can turn back and say, well, you told me I'm going to hit the brick wall, but I didn't. Well, yes. So was I wrong when I read the card for you, or was I right when I read the card for you? So this is why it's all up to a personal and independent interpretation. You have to trust the cards, because the cards never lies. As much as they don't tell you every single details, but they never lie. You always hear what you meant to hear. If they misleading you in some ways, or they give you a different picture than what you were expecting, then this is what it is. This is what you meant to happen. Sometimes when you are over-reliant and you keep looking, you try to find the answer you want to find. So you keep listening, you keep looking, you keep checking, you keep asking. And the answer will be all the same until the universe gets tired of you asking the same question, and they're going to give you a different answer. Now here it is. This is what you wanted. Are you happy now? And you can say, yeah, but it never came true. Well, of course not. Because you were trying to force something into it what's not meant to happen. So if you use it as a spiritual guidance, then the best thing you can do, use tarot cards. Because they are universal. They are with us for hundreds of years, and they will be with us for more. They will be used in the future as well as they were used in the past. Of course, you have to be a certain type of individual to understand. You need to go through some training to understand them. Because each image have meanings. And every single image has a positive and a negative meanings. And that's what gives the card the brilliance. That it has the masculine and feminine, the positive and negative, and everything is beautifully balanced in every single individual card. So what makes the difference in a reading? Of course, if you have more negative, let's say a card that have a negative image on, then of course that gives you another guidance. However, it's very important how the reader reads the card for you. So the individual's connection with the divine, the individual's experience, life experience, work experience, experience with relationships makes a difference, because there is some filtering in that channel, and how good that person can filter and leave his own personal experiences out of the picture. That makes all the difference. Sometimes you can influence the cards, looking into something that it's in your life, projecting into the cards, telling somebody else. So it's a good thing to, let's say, watch other tarot readers videos, if they are like weekly or monthly or daily or whatever, and see what resonates, because certain things will resonate in between them, and that is your message. But then there are certain things what is the individual brought him or herself into that video and channeled it, which has nothing to do with you. So you want to take the cards as a support. You cannot be over reliant on reading cards. You can't spread the cards in every single decision you want to take in life, because if you are over relied on these cards, then you are not living your life. You're not taking the full responsibility. You put your trust into something that is a man-made thing, right? It's not you who makes the decision. It's like based on your card, you're trying to make a decision about something or something else. So you can put the cards up every morning and just say, how is my life today, this day? How is my life going to be? And that's a guidance for you. You can do it every Sunday for the following week. You can do it every first of month for the rest of the month. You can do it in the end of December and put out a whole 12 months. How my life going to look like in each month? There are many ways, many spreads to do it. But your intuition will always be the most important thing, or the intuition of the person who is reading the cards for you. So now let's see what are those things, or what are the situations when the cards are not good for you, or watching, reading, or doing card readings for others. So certain situation, for example, if your ego is too big, if you are interfere with the message that you are receiving, when you're channeling something that is clearly based on your own projection, your own negative bias, your own negative examples and experiences. Sometimes when you are going through a personal turmoil in life, the worst thing we can do is doing and offering our services to others, because there is some dust in the system. So if you have been cheated on or lied to or broken up with, then what you're going to project sometimes, this is an example. This is what you're going to see in the cards as well. So certain cards that talks about, as I said, positive, negative, masculine, feminine, you're going to pick sometimes the wrong answer. And you're going to give this to the person. If you read it for yourself, then if you are in a relationship and there are questions, depending on what you want to see as a result, you're going to put that into the cards. And you say, yeah, even the cards are saying the same. Yes, because this is what you want to see. So it's not good to be over reliant And it's not good to do it in certain times when our ego can get in the way. You need to be spiritually cleansed in some ways before you do any kind of work like that. The cards are not supposed to be used for entertainment purposes. So if someone comes up to you, if let's say you are a tarot reader, and someone comes up to you and say, "Well, I don't really believe in tarot cards, but just for fun, can you just show me what?" You must say no. Why? Because it meant to be helping people. You meant to be serving people. And people must come to you when they really need that guidance. When they really need that counseling. Because when you read tarot card, you don't just like telling a nice story. Sometimes it's a sad, difficult story. So you have the responsibility. You can't make fun of something. You can't take it lightweight. But at the same time, if somebody just wanna have fun, don't come to the tarot cards. Go and watch a movie, read a comic book, or do whatever you like. This is not about having fun. It's a serious business in that sense. Business, I mean like it's a serious thing. People study this for hundreds of years. They analyzing it. They do everything. So it's not for fun. And anybody who thinks that is just whatever, is not big deal. They're just like cards. It's far from the reality, very far. So it's your responsibility, it's our responsibility how we respect the cards, how we respect the knowledge, that ancient knowledge, that magic that the cards are holding. If you don't respect, you just throw the cards out forever, whoever, so be it. But this is how you're going to be connected with the divine. They're not going to take you seriously. So you need to feel the responsibility on your shoulder if you are reading cards. And if you are interested in card reading, then you must know that not always you're going to receive the information you were seeking. You're not necessarily going to hear what you want to hear right now. From my personal experience, I know sometimes the message I hear at that moment when a card is being read for me, that information become important, life-saving, month and month later. Sometimes we go to have a card reading because we feel like we are in our situation in life where we need a reading. I'm breaking up with my partner, or I'm losing my jobs, or I'm running out of money, or whatever is that, or a family issue, problem, whatever is that. And you go to see someone to read cards for you. And let's say you're just about to lose your job, and that person start talking about, I don't know, a relationship. You say, like, I don't want to hear about relationships because now I want to save my life. I have a serious, mortgage on my house. And why are you talking about relationships? Why are you talking about someone who might or may not come into my life? And I want to hear about my situation. Well, exactly. So this is when your ego plays a part in here. And the information you should listen to, because maybe the situation you are in right now is going to be solved easier than even you think. But you're going to be in a much deeper problem 6 months' time down the line. But you are not listening because your ego wants to hear something else about the problem you think it is your problem. Or vice versa. You might hear about your profession or your job and now you're dealing with a relationship issue, and you don't want to listen to what your job can offer to you. You want to hear that the person loves you or cheated on you or breaking up with you or whatever, coming back from a different country, doesn't matter. So the ego can play a huge part, and listening to information and saving the information as much as possible, because later on in life it can be life-saving. Somebody can say to you, well, beware of that middle-aged guy with a bald head. And you say, well, there is no middle-aged guy with bald head in my surroundings. Well, not at the moment. But if you are not listening to this information, you are not storing this information, and you don't respect the information, then when it's become relevant, it might just be too late. So, in summary, it's a guidance. In summary, it helps you in a spiritual path. In summary, what is not solving your life in any form or shape. Is not solving any relationship issues out, because you are the one who is in the middle, who has to make a decision. The cards will never make decisions for you. It might give you opportunity, it might give you guidance, but it's not going to solve your life. Other thing the card is not suitable for, or other situations. If you want to make money, however, of course, when you render a service, there is something have to be reciprocated. So doing it for free, it's not the right answer. Of course, you can do like doing YouTube videos and then at the same time attracting people to have personal readings, because you are investing time, energy, money into your life to learn about it. You might spend 5, 10, 15 years getting the knowledge. So you have to get paid in some ways. You can say, well, I'm doing this for the service of others. Then some other ways the universe is going to give you the reward. That is possible. But be clear about that for yourself. If you go into it because, oh, that's a good way of making money, and people are going to pay this amount or that amount for an hour consultation, then your channel will not be clear and pure, because you have something else in your mind. I'm doing it because of money. You have to be doing this because you want to do it. And then getting paid, getting the reward, it happens in a way that the universe decides. So again, you cannot do it for selfish, egotistic reasons. You can't do it because it makes you be superior. I'm so holistic, I'm so spiritual, I know more than others. Again, your ego is going to interfere, and people are going to feel it that you are not genuine. If you're not genuine, then you're not able to give them the right answer. Of course, the cards will never lie. They will hear what they need to hear. That means they hear something that they won't make them happy, is not accurate. That's a learning curve for them as well, to choose a better person. Who is a good person to go to have tarot card readings? So you must separate, let's say, if you're talking about YouTube, you must separate someone who is a good YouTuber and someone who is a good tarot card reader. It's not the algorithm who is going to decide about who's better. It's not the subscribers what's going to decide who's better or who's more accurate or who can channel the information better. It's not the quality of the videos, the frequency of the videos, the frequency of readings that makes somebody better or worse. Because we're talking about intuition in here. Of course, the direction, what has been created, and the algorithm that has been created, it makes certain people more popular than others. Certain people don't even appear in your search because the algorithm is not supporting them. And somebody will appear on your search because the algorithm likes that better. So it's very difficult to find the right channel for you, or the right channel. I don't mean YouTube channel, I mean like in general, like a channel, the connection. It's very difficult if you're using one system only. Maybe if you look around in your surrounding, in your local area, you find somebody who is good, not even have a YouTube channel, not even advertising himself or herself so openly. I also noticed that reading works better for the same culture. So if somebody is doing the reading in the same place for the same people from the same culture, because the way we're looking at the world and the things that are happening around us, the way we communicate, it is the same. If I say this is an apple, it's an apple for you and for them as well. Or a mango. You say mango. For me, a mango is this side. For somebody from Africa, the mango is this side. So, it's so different. The vocabulary, the way of living, like the descriptions. It was very interesting. I was watching a tarot reading from someone from the US. And the way she was talking about life and something, I thought, I can't relate to this. Because it's like so far from my reality. So you cannot judge based on how the message resonates with you. But you might want to find a reader who is in a similar culture, mindset, vocabulary, whatever, because that will be more suitable for you. You must be able to make decisions regardless of what the cards are saying. You must be ready to take the responsibility regardless of what the cards are saying. You must be ready to take the consequences for your actions regardless of what the cards are saying. So the universal laws applies if you watch or read the cards or you don't. If you listen to readings or you don't. So just because the cards are available, it doesn't make life different. It means we follow the universal law, and we must follow. There is no exceptions. So if you're a tarot card reader, you have the responsibility. If you are one who just listening to tarot card reading, you take the responsibility too for that. So now, what are the difference between cards and cards? So as an example, you have tarot cards, which I explained at the beginning. They talk about a spiritual journey, a journey of the fool to become fulfilled, enlightened, and then the journey starts all over again. There are also oracle cards. The oracle cards are suggestions, certain things that you can focus on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, certain things that they give you some sort of guidance. It's not else in it. It gives you little messages, this is this, this is that, and then you can take one each day and say, the angels are saying this and this to you, focus on that today. So that's like a short messages. So there are oracle cards, there are tarot cards, there are gypsy cards. that you can use. You might see some on my channel, some of the readings. They are more about fortune telling. So they have a different way of describing an everyday life of a person. Then there are some shamanic cards. There are some angelic cards. There are some like you see all I have here, love oracle, stars. So there are various ways of card. Even an ordinary poker card can be used for deviation. How? Well, first of all, with the cards, with every individual card, although there is an image on the card, but you program a card. What do I mean by that? So, because each card has many interpretations, so you can program a card by using it, by doing what you are doing. So when you see that card, that means something to you. You have 78 cards. You program the cards one by one. So whatever is the image on the cards, of course, alongside that, because there is a reason why that image is there. There is a reason why it's a cups or pentacles or wands or swords. There is a reason. And there is a reason there is a number on it. And there is a reason there is an image on it. But let's say you're working with the original, like a normal poker card, which has again the number, the aces or whatever, the suits. But then you can program what else you want to see on that card. So I have this tarot card here, the Pagan Tarot. And I noticed this card is more suitable for women. Why? Because the imaginary is very pagan. It's very Mother Earth. It's very feminine energy. The images are very traditional in the pagan. I don't want to say religion because it's more like the pagan spiritualism, the transformation, the witches, the pain of womanhood throughout history. So I find it very difficult to read because I'm not connected. It's like the card of the moon, like the path of the moon, as some of the writers describe, which a man, a male, a masculine, is a path of the sun. So certain cards, that's why for me the Rider-Waite works much better because it talks to me. But that is a bit further away from me. And we have to accept that. So there are preferences of each individual, what sort of cards they are like, they are using, what imaginary. I won't be able to imagine cards with zombies doing reading because it's so alien to me. But maybe it's good for you. I won't be able to imagine reading cards with superheroes. It's so alien to me. Or rock bands. There are so many, such a big variety on the whole scale. You need to find the right one for you. So now let's see when to do a card reading. When you are in a crossroad in your life, something happened or something is about to happen. Sometime when you are unsure about what decision to make. However, I'm sure you have the inner knowledge already. You know what decision would you like to take or what path would you like to take, but you are still a bit hesitant. When life throws at you something that you were not expecting, and now you feel yourself, you are in a limbo. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, especially in any ways, then it's a good way, same as you would go for a tarot reading or any other card reading or a treatment, a counseling, when you feel that your life is right now getting out of hand. You don't go when everything is going well and you don't care and you go there and yeah, talk to me, whatever. No. You don't go to see the doctor when everything is great. I'm feeling good. Yeah, all good. Yeah, let's just go to see a doctor for fun. No. You go there with a purpose. And you have to have a specific question or a specific scenario in your mind why you are there for. As I said, must be something with the physical aspects of your life, health, social, relationship, connections, friends, family. Spiritual. Maybe you lost your channel, you lost your connection and you don't know where you're going. Maybe you lost a touch with reality for whatever reason, disappointed about something, and then you need guidance. Mental, something with your psyche, keep raising questions about whatever and you can't find the answer, or even financial sometimes. So you need to have a question, and the more specific the question is, the more you kind of want to have the answer, then you are in the right place. If you want to hear something that you don't want to hear, then you are in the wrong place. If you feel you are listening to something and it doesn't make any sense to you, you might not be open and you are in the wrong place again. You feel it when you need it, but you also feel it when you want it. And you don't even need it. You just, I just want it. I want to have it done. I never had it before. Pointless. So don't waste your time with pointless questions. Is this boy or girl gonna love me? Is he gonna stay with me forever? Am I gonna get this job? Am I gonna be a millionaire one day? These are pointless questions. Because then 6 months time you're gonna come back with the same question about somebody else who you have in mind. Pointless. So let's see what kind of training a tarot card reader have to go through, or what knowledge he have to acquire. So some people have gifts. They see things, they hear things, they feel things. Some people learn the images. Some people can be really good by learning images, reading about the whole subject, books, different cards, different spreads. They just keep developing themselves. And there are some people who can sense things without cards, who can see things without cards. There is two different things. So don't expect a tarot card reader will be a medium. But the medium can do things without cards. So there is a big difference between those. One is using intuition, another one is using a different channel. So some people can give you names, dates, colors, different things, because they somehow they can connect with those. So when it comes to tarot cards, most people are intuitive. You see certain things, and the better you become, the more connection you have with the divine, with the unknown, with the subconscious, with the world, with the person you are connected with, who's you doing the reading for. So reading about psychology, reading about sociology, reading about behavior, reading about human being, and various ways of how healing can be done. That is the best way to gain more and more power. The better your vocabulary is, the more you can describe a situation, the more you can relate to a person. And that's your responsibility to give the clearest message possible. But if you don't train yourself, then you won't be able to provide that clarity. So some people, let's say they have skills in medicine. So then they will be more suitable to use the vocabulary explaining about health issues when the cards are out there. The different level, the degrees of health issues. Some people who have financial background will be more suitable to lay the cards and talk about financial situations. Somebody have, let's say, law, like a lawyer, somebody who's a lawyer and have inclination to read tarot cards will be much more suitable to talk about affairs, legal affairs, because the cards are about everything in life, every aspect of life. So the more you train yourself to a direction you are interested in, the more you will see patterns in cards and you see in people's life those patterns and you can help them more specifically. But don't expect someone who read tarot cards for you that know the color of your future husband's eyes or the car or their jacket. That's a different story. That's a mediumship. Now I would like to summarize what is it all about for me. So tarot reading is a path, as well as many other spiritual paths that exist. It's not the end of something, it's only a path. It's only a beginning that you start learning about yourself, start learning about human nature, start learning about your fellow friend that you want to help with. Tarot card has a massive responsibility and places that responsibility on the reader's shoulder. But it's never a goal, it's never a career path to be a tarot reader. It's only a fragment of the journey of the spirit. So how far you're going to take it, it's totally up to you. But if somebody wants to be a tarot card reader for the rest of their life, well, that means they stuck on somewhere. If somebody just say, I'm just doing it because I make money, I make my living, and this is like I know, there is some sort of obstacle in their life. There are many channels on YouTube that the tarot readers have hundreds of thousands of followers. The algorithm supports them. They make their readings weekly, monthly, daily. They just produce. And I really respect some of them. And I would like to name one which was my favorite at some point. And his name is Zane Intuitive. After many years, Zane decided that he's gonna stop producing videos of tarot card readings because his life is taking him to a different direction. He wants to travel the world. Thousands of people were watching his videos every week. And now he's out. And I respect that because he realized, probably he knew well before that there is a difference between a vlogger and a tarot card reader, a spiritual person who's making videos. There is two different personality in there. And when he reached the peak, when he reached that healthy level, that point, he decided it's time to do something different. It's time to learn something, because if you are producing videos, of course you become better of reading the cards. But being inside, reading the cards are very different than being with the people. helping them directly, holding their hands, hugging them, kissing them, lifting them up from their misery. So if you decide to read cards or any spiritual journey you want to embark on, is always just the beginning. You need to develop yourself, you need to learn, you need to grow, you need to become better, more support, more service to humanity. It cannot be an egotistic thing. It cannot be, look at me, I have 3,000 followers, 5,000, 100,000. I make this amount of money doing this. You need to be well above that. You can say, I'm making this amount of money and I'm investing into my future. I'm making contribution in this world. You can say that. Or you can say, now I'm putting all my focus in that, and when I'm done, I'm gonna be out, because this career path as a tarot reader only led me up to this point. Now I'm ready to go out and do something else, a different kind of work. You must have a call to do tarot card readings. You can't do it from ego. You can't do it just because, well, I can learn it. Of course, anyone can learn it. But there is a higher purpose. If you just want to learn something that makes money, go and learn IT, coding, being a waiter. It doesn't matter what it is, it's just a job. But if you want to help humanity, you want to raise the awareness, you want to raise the vibration, the frequency of the human being, so we can have a better world, a better life, a better future, then there's the purpose. I really don't mind if one person is watching my video and learn something and take something away, or 1,000 or 10,000 is watching my video. It doesn't make any difference. If I touch one person's life, with one sentence I say, raise a question or give an answer, this is all what meant to be. Everything else, it's out of my hand. If algorithm decides that I'm not popular, I'm still going to make this work. Because it's not the only work I'm doing. It's not the only thing I'm interested in. It's not the only thing I'm putting all my attention into. It's only part of me and part of my life and part of my journey. There is a reason I have a library here, reading the books, getting the knowledge, sucking from all aspects of life, getting that knowledge as much as possible, because I want to serve humanity. I want to live in a better world. And when I have children, I want them to live in a better world. That's the responsibility I decided to take on. So I'm asking you, what's the responsibility you are decided to take on? Would you like to learn about tarot cards? Would you like to learn about the human spiritual journey that every one of us have to follow, successfully or unsuccessfully, happily or sadly? There is no failure, there is just, sometimes there is up, sometimes there is down, but there is no ultimate failure. We all meant to be here to do what we meant to be doing, and very rarely we can alter, positive or negative way. So with that question in your mind, I ask you, do you feel that you are on the right path in your life right now in this moment? Are you fulfilling your purpose? Or is there something else you wish you could be doing, you think you should be doing, and you would love to have a will to do that? Or you feel that you are on the right track in your life? You are in the right place, in the right moment in your life right now that is meant to be for you. The tarot can help you sometimes. Reading for others can give you the guidance you need, as well as they receive the guidance. So I hope, if you were not interested in tarot up to now, to learn for yourself, maybe now this is the time. The more people can learn about it, the more people can know about it, the more they're going to be on their spiritual journey and going into the future to a better place. If you want to put a VR headset on your head and just be somewhere out there enjoying whatever is that, and not look at the reality, not to face the responsibility and the consequences of each action that we are taking every single second in our life, that's another path. But I hope, because you are here and watching this video, you are the person who willing to take the responsibility and willing to focus on humanity while the world is being changed around us. And nobody asks us if we want to take part of this change. But we are part of it regardless. So instead of going against the trend, going against the current, sometimes the best thing is just start learning something which is universal, which is timeless, and which is always going to be there to give us guidance. And with that, I thank you to watch this video. I really appreciate you being here. I would like to see your comments below. That gives me encouragement, that gives me support. And if you watch my other videos, the weeklies, the monthlies, the whatever reading I'm doing, I appreciate that too. Thank you.